All right, it looks like it's just about that time to kick off the Mortar in the Classroom Scholarship webinar. So thank you so much to everyone for joining our webinar today. Just a few housekeeping items is your video is disabled and you are currently muted. So you don't have to worry about anyone hearing your dog bark in the background or anything like that. The Q&A and the chat are live, and we hope to be able to answer your questions throughout the webinar. So feel free to chat with us through there, and we'll do our best to get all of that answered for you. And then we're also recording this webinar, which will be sent out to everyone who registered. It will also be available in our webinar section or our Mortarr Minutes section of the mortarr.com website. So Abby, if you have a quick sec, let's go ahead and share our video so everyone can.
Sure.
Yes.
I can figure this out here.
Here, and I'll stop sharing my screen so that our faces are a little bit bigger.
There we go.
So hi, everyone. How are you doing today?
I'm going to switch it to gallery view so I can see you. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Thanks for having me. I have my holiday setup and my holiday mug along just to bring everyone some good cheer.
Oh, that's so great. I'm jealous because I am currently sitting in a vacant guest room. So I have my fake background up. So it looks like I'm hanging out in an office.
Okay. And what location are you virtually in today?
I actually don't have the name of this location.
It's Mortarr.
I know. Yes, it is from Mortarr. I was desperately searching for a background that kind of looked a little bit more natural. So I very quickly pulled this. But if I had been better prepared, I would have come handy with where you can find this image. So sorry about that, everybody.
Well, you can find it on Mortarr. So there's a good excuse to go to the site and see what you can find.
Yeah, I would search open office environment on mortarr.com and you will find this image.
There you go. There you go.
Well, good. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Lindsey Rogers, and I'm Mortarr's community manager. So some of you may or may not recognize me. I make an appearance on Instagram occasionally. And if you've watched any of our past webinars, I am the host of a majority of them. And then today we are joined by Abby Murray, who is Mortarr's CEO and one of our co-founders. So thank you.
Yes, that is me. And I am so excited to be here today. One of my favorite things to do is actually talk with students about Mortarr and the work that they're doing and how we can support them. So this is definitely my sweet spot. And I am excited to share ways to win money to pay for your college tuition too. So that's always fun.
Yeah, this is great. So, and I wanted to be clear too, this is Mortarr's second year doing the scholarship, correct?
Yes, yeah, it's our second year, and we'll get into it, but this year is exciting because we've added a third component to our Mortarr in the Classroom initiative, and we have several schools that have already adopted the Mortarr in the Classroom program and implemented it into their own coursework. So yeah, it's been widely leveraged by a lot of schools across the nation, and we're excited to bring it to you virtually this year. Last year around this time, we were doing campus tours and meeting students in person, which was lovely. We wish we could do that this year, but we'll take this virtual environment for now.
Yeah, this is definitely, the future, even regardless of, what we're currently going through now. I feel like we were all destined to be going in this direction anyway. We're just getting there a little bit sooner than what any of us anticipated. So, well, good.
And a lot of why Mortarr exists is, an understanding that this virtual environment is going to become more and more important. Now, we never expected a pandemic to push us in this direction so much quicker, but hopefully Mortarr can be a tool that you can leverage as you're working remotely or in digital environments at your campuses across the country.
Well, and then hopefully to continue using Mortarr as well, once all of you become professionals in the field, it'd be great to continue to use Mortarr.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Well, good. Well, I'll go ahead and share we put together a few slides for everybody just to keep us on track and make sure that our message is clear. So we'll stop sharing our videos really quick. And then I will pull this up for us. All right.
Perfect.
Oop. Sorry, everyone.
Oh.
Here we go.
Okay. Let's see here.
So if you want to go ahead and jump in and
Yeah, I see. Yep, and I see your screen, so I think we're ready to roll here.
okay, good. So it's very hard. Abby and I are not in the same space right now. So I told her, I was like, we just have to talk through everything so that we're both aware of what we're doing next. And so
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So with Mortarr in the Classroom, it's really looking at two sides. So if you're here to learn about how to pay for your tuition, that's awesome. If you're here to land your dream job, it's really up to you. And Mortarr in the Classroom can serve in both capacities. So, Lindsay, if you want to jump to the next.
oh, hello.
Lindsay, can you hear me?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I have no idea what just happened there. Let me share my screen again. My apologies, everyone.
There we go.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry about that.
Okay. So really, Mortarr in the Classroom is here to allow you the opportunity to get your name out in front of an audience that's already looking. So if you are looking to share your portfolio with professionals in the industry or this is, I don't know can you see okay, Lindsay?
Yep,
There we
I'm
go.
able to.
Okay, I think that's back on track now.
Is it? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, not every platform, I'm speaking to Zoom right now, is, always working at 100%. And I got to tell you, Zoom has glitched out in the middle of our live webinar. So I will be writing a comment to them.
So funny. Oh my goodness. That's okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Mortarr is here to help you, whether you are out there seeking for money to pay for college through our scholarship opportunity we'll talk about today, or if you're more worried about your career afterward, or a little bit of both. Mortarr in the Classroom can help you with both of those. And today we're going to primarily talk about the scholarship opportunity, but we'll also touch on the portfolio opportunity as well. So,
Great.
yeah.
All right, let me go on to our next here.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Skip here. So Mortarr in the Classroom is available to you and accessible to you. It is all for free, and it is through the platform that makes it a lot easier for you to access commercial product inspiration, contract grade product specifications, industry pros who bring it all to life, all on one easy to use platform. And it really operates the way you would expect any digital platform to work. So if you're out there and you're looking for inspiration for your next project, or maybe you just worked through a healthcare project for school or a hospitality project, this is all commercially focused, no residential. And you can go out to the site, you can search for this inspiration. All of the photos have information behind the inspiration. So what you don't get on Pinterest and Instagram and Google Images always is the information about the project. And Mortarr provides you hot-spotted images so you can tap tags right within a photo and see what type of products were used within the space, what type of pros brought that space to life, whether it's an architectural firm, a design firm, engineering company that contributed to the project. All of that information is contained within these company profiles. Makes it a lot easier to search, to interact with content so that you understand how all of these commercial projects come to life. And it's much like a Pinterest board where you can save these images, but all that information is retained within. And provides you a lot of engagement opportunities to connect with the professionals that are responsible for the work or the products, the brands that are showcased. And we'll go into a deep dive on the site with Lindsay here in a bit, but just to give you a high level of what Mortarr is, in case this is your first interaction with us as a company, that is how we are supporting the commercial design and construction industry. and how we will be able to support you as students within your coursework today.
Mhm. Yeah, Mortar is such a useful site, truly, because it gives you the information you need for what you're looking at. And I know that you referenced Pinterest a few times, and I'm sure everyone is frustrated when you see something that you really like on Pinterest and you click it and it takes you to someone's blog that they wrote like 6 years ago. And the great thing about Mortar is, like Abby was saying, all that information is found within that image, within that product, right there on Mortar's website. And then you can easily reach out to the companies that have put that information out there for you to find.
Yep. Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
So,
Oh, do you want me to go back?
what? No, no, this is great. So Mortar in the Classroom, as I mentioned, is kind of a three-part program. We added the Showcase Your Work portion this year. And so really the first is just being able to use Mortar for Mortar, sourcing ideas and products, not having to flip through magazines and and sourcing and specifying products a lot easier just through hotspots and interactive photos. Using Mortar to gather that inspiration and collaborate with your classmates or faculty on projects right virtually within design rooms, which we'll show you. So just use of the platform is number one. Number two is the scholarship opportunity, which is primarily why you're here today, and using Mortar in order to enter to win and be eligible for that $1,000 scholarship. And then the third component we'll briefly touch on, which is showcasing your work. Putting a portfolio of your work out there on a platform, on the Mortar platform, allows you to be seen by those industry pros already using our site, instead of putting your portfolio of work in a 3-ring binder or putting it on a free Wix site or Behance or a free Squarespace site and then having to push it out. Now, with the Mortar portfolio option, you can showcase your work right within our site, again for free, and not only be able to push that out in a really professional manner to those that you're looking for careers with, but also having that visibility coming in to your profile without doing any work per se. So we'll briefly touch on that, but those are really the three main components of Mortar in the Classroom that we are bringing this year.
Well, and Abby, I believe too that we were hoping to have another webinar where we can really do a deep dive into the showcase your work portion of it as well.
Yes. Yep. So we're thinking January, toward the middle or end of January, we'll do another webinar on the portfolio showcase. But you can access that today, and we'll show you how to do that if you want to just get in there and start going on this. It's definitely easy to do. So,
yeah. And that's one thing you'll find about mortar.com too, is it's very easy to use and intuitive. So, all right, so let's go on to the next one.
And Mortar in the Classroom right now, we have several participating universities and users across the country, and partners including IIDA and ASID, along with others. Schools such as Texas Tech and ASU and SCAD and NICED that are already leveraging the tools and resources available. So just know that you're not alone, and this has already been proving a really useful tool for a lot of schools across the country. So let's go to the next slide and let's talk through tips and tricks for entering a scholarship, a successful top project on Mortar. So number one, you're going to use Mortar as a tool to gain inspiration for your project. This can be an existing project. You don't have to do a new project. So you might have a hospitality project you just completed for the semester, or a healthcare project, or a multi-use building that you were tasked with. Existing projects are just fine. Even prior award-winning projects. Actually, last year, the project that was awarded the scholarship was based on another award-winning entry through IIDA. So that's kind of fun to know, and feel free to submit for that too. But really keep in mind you want a thoughtful design. So adding commentary within saved inspiration to support the story and really help help our judging panel understand how you got to your final project. So showing it's kind of like showing your work, making sure you're showing that inspiration and supporting the story along the way, which will make more sense when we show you the design rooms here in a second. Adding contributors to your design rooms, such as professors and classmates or internship directors, to help show your work and show that you are receiving feedback, and then you can adjust and refine your project per their guidance in a digital environment. And then, of course, loading high-res final renderings into your design room once you've gone through the inspiration process and refined and gained feedback from others, and loading your project brief right into your design room as well. So this was a key component to some of our top 5 entries last year. They all had loaded in a PDF of their project brief along with all of the final renderings within their design room. And this really helps round out the story. And again, show your work really helps drive that thoughtful design and is appealing to these judges.
Mm-hmm. Great. Thank you for that, Abby.
Sure.
So we'll go on here. And this is where we wanted to go in and just share with everybody Mortarr.com, how you can use it and kind of what that looks like. So I will share my screen with everyone.
Yeah. And we always say this is the fun part. So the live demonstration of how a typical user comes in, an example of how you'll save, how you'll leverage the product tags, etc. Lindsey will give us a quick tour of that.
Yeah,
so what the design rooms look like. So that's where you'll enter your scholarship, right? Or enter for your scholarship right through there.
So here we are just on Mortarr.com, and you'll see this first part here on the home page is where you can start your personal profile. So we make it very easy to do. If you don't have one already, make sure you come to Mortarr.com, start your personal profile right here. And that's easy to do. I already have one, so I'm going to go ahead and log into mine. Here we go. Just so I can show you a little bit of the Mortarr homepage. So one of the best features here on Mortarr is our global search bar. So I'm sure you look at this and you see all these different tabs, which you'll obviously be clicking on. But the best part is that you can type in whatever it is that you're looking for right here. So you're looking for inspiration to add to your design room as you're submitting your scholarship. You can go ahead and just type in something like hotel design, let's say. You'll see that it's working over here, and you'll see images, professionals, brands, and even different sectors on here as well. So if you wanted to take a peek at more photos, you can click view more. And we're very much like Pinterest in the sense that this is a continuous scroll. So you could just sit here and kind of scroll through until you see an image that you want to save or just even add to your personal profile later. And you can do that by using these 3 buttons here. Save truly saves into a design room. We make it very easy to start a new one or even add to one you've made in the past. You can share this. Maybe it's, Facebook, you want just the link, anything like that. And then also you can like an image, which will put this into your personal profile so that you can take a peek at it later on. So, and what I want to show you really quick too is here on this inspiration feed. This is another continuous scroll of images. But by clicking one of these images anywhere on Mortarr, you'll be able to get the information behind the inspiration. So here on this photo, you can see, just everything that you need to learn about this project. It's by Durasane. You can click here to head over to learn more about that company and their products. You can even send a quick message here. But the best part are these little hotspots or little tags that you'll find within the photo. So if I go ahead and click that, it says that this is one of Durasane's solid surface products in whiteout. If I were to click here at more product information, it would actually take me to their website so that I can learn more about this specific product. You can order a sample here through Material Bank, which is someone Mortarr has a partnership with. You can also download the spec, or even in this moment, go ahead and click send a message. This little box pops up. You can, ask any question that you want, type in your name, send that over. Very easy to communicate with this company. And then another great part here is you can see the sustainability features that this product has as well. So anytime you see a hotspot that's kind of highlighted in green, that means it is sustainable. It has some kind of sustainability, and maybe it's a certificate, maybe they're a part of an association, just something like that. So you'll be able to see the difference between sustainability and just a regular product tag.
And something to think about here too is, as you're looking for inspiration that will guide your project, and again, even if you already have a project that's completed that guides you through, some of the requirements of this coursework is potentially including sustainable products and thinking about an eco-friendly design. So Mortarr has certification or sustainability filters right under the certifications here that allow you to sift through just those projects that are certified, just those products that are certified, and help you source a little bit easier if that's part of the requirement of your work, or if you want to enhance your project by incorporating some of this. That's always a great way to show that you are thoughtful about the design and the approach that you're taking for the future of sustainability and good design practice. So
yes. And then let's really quickly go into design rooms. So
yeah, as she's making her way there, just keep in mind that, oh, you're already there. Never mind. Go ahead.
I know, but the site, it's just so fast.
I know it is.
So here we are in the design room portion of this personal profile. So once you've created it, then you can start putting together your design rooms here. And these are all just examples, but just really quick as a snapshot, any of the images that you find on Mortarr, you can save right here in the design room, but you can also add in any of your own images as well. So we make it very easy to add photos from any place else, maybe Google, maybe you took something with your cell phone, maybe you have, those renderings that you're planning on submitting for the scholarship. All of that can be housed right here in your design room. And it's also very easy to invite people to collaborate on these projects. So your professors, other individuals within your classes, or even, on a personal note too, you just go ahead and click this little plus here and you can very easily invite them. Just a quick caveat though, is they will need to create one of these free personal profiles, but then you have the ability to comment on all of these images, but also on a project level itself. So if this is something that you're planning to submit for your scholarship and you would like your faculty member to take a peek at it first, they can go ahead and comment directly on this project as a whole and say, good thing, whatever else they would like to mention to you. And then you can also comment on these individual photos too. And that happens in real time. So, and you can even put links in here as well. So great.
And this is one of the key components to an award-winning portfolio submission. So keep that in mind. The more comments and the more approach that you take to showing your work within and the process, your design process throughout each of these photos, the better. So comment and then have your classmates contribute and your professor, for example, contribute here, both on the photo level and on the project or the design room level. And even, as you can see here on that third picture there's a floor plan uploaded. That's a great idea. You can talk through some of the elements that you've incorporated into the floor plan to show more detail. You can talk through maybe a design element that spoke to you in one of the images, or architectural detail, or a product itself, or a certification achieved that you wanted to incorporate into the facility you were designing. All of that really bodes well when these judges are reviewing your work.
Yeah, and then one quick point I wanted to make too, I'm not sure if we mentioned it earlier, but when you're creating your personal profile, or even if you're going back into one that you've created in the past, make sure that you do select that you are a student. And this is important because that's how we determine where certain communication should go. So anything about, Mortar in the Classroom or specifically the scholarship may not be relevant to everyone, but it is to this captured audience that we're speaking to today. So you
Mhm.
can very easily do that up here in your settings. So just make sure that you select student, and you can edit that at any time as well.
Yeah, and that'll be prompted to you in your onboarding right after you've created your username. So it should prompt you, but as Lindsay said, you can always go back and add it if you haven't selected that.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay.
and yeah, anything else here to share? Otherwise, we can hop back to how this all works, Linz.
Yeah, let's go ahead and head back. So here we go.
Okay.
Awesome.
So judging panel, this is one thing to also keep in mind. Even if you don't win the actual $1,000 of scholarship money, you're still winning because all of these submissions are put in front of industry professionals, and you're going to receive real-time feedback from industry pros. Um, that is invaluable to each of you. So this is the lineup from last year. You can see we have some really heavy hitters here from HDR and RSP Architects and some industry associations such as Material Bank and ILFI. All of them will weigh into your profile. We're still lining up our judging panel for this year, and that will be announced very soon. So just keep that in mind, that even if you're not a winner of the dollars that are available, you will definitely win from that exposure to these industry pros, these top industry pros. So as long as you've created an account per Lindsay's showcase here and indicated that you are a student within your pro type, you will be subscribed to information that will come out via email. Make sure to follow us on social. You'll hear the judges lineup very soon, and we're very excited to announce that in the coming weeks.
Let's go on to our next.
Yeah, so deadline for entry is 12/31. So again, I will reiterate, you can use an existing project that you've already completed yet this semester, or you're working through completion yet this semester. And if you, Lindsay, if you hit that scholarship page down in the corner here, just tour the scholarship page. I don't know if that works, or just hop to that tab. We do have all of this information available for you to access after the fact. And we'll share some links right in the chat here so you can access this. But this gives you the outline of how to enter. Step one, choosing your project to submit, right? So that can be an existing one that is complete, or one that's in the works, or a new one if you want. But step two would be creating your free profile right on the homepage. Again, enter your email address, password, and away you go. Step three, gathering up that inspiration that guides your project, whether it be inspiration through a beautiful project photo, an architectural detail, a product itself, loading all of those to your design room, inviting your professors and classmates to contribute to and provide feedback to your work, and then finally uploading your final project renderings and floor plans and project briefs to your design room, so that the judges have a full picture of the story that went into the design of your final project. And then the entry itself is just sharing your hero image from your rendering, tagging Mortar, and using the hashtag Mortar in the Classroom 2020. That's it. That's how you enter to win. And you can always use this as a resource for you if you can't quite remember what the steps were.
Mhm.
Just jump in here. This is where our judges will be published as well. So
And we'll make sure to send, we have just a couple links we want to share with everyone. So we'll make sure to send that out in the follow-up email, which will also have the recording of this.
Yes. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And it's right in the chat here too. So you can access them that way, but it includes information about the scholarship. It includes information about the Mortarr in the Classroom, the 3 components of Mortarr in the Classroom, and then the portfolio opportunity as well, which will be in more detail in a coming webinar.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and it looks like we are running out of time here, but I think we have just a little bit more, just some additional information to share. So feel free if you have to drop off. Remember, this is being recorded, but we have just a little bit more to go here.
Sure, yeah.
Great, I will go ahead back to, there we go.
Yeah, and this is just a quick highlight on the portfolio showcase. But if you do want to explore that option right now, Lindsay, I don't know if you want to show that really quickly on the sandbox or through the. Let me see if I can share that landing page here. Looks like
I do have it up. Is it this one, Abby, you're referencing?
Let's see. Yes. Yep. And I'm going to put that in the chat here too. Looks like we have, there we go. So this showcase your portfolio. You can, if you're DIY and you understand technology, which I'm assuming most of you do, you'll pick right up on this. But the opportunity here is to not only use design rooms, which are private to you, and that's how you enter your scholarship and you get commentary, and can invite contributors to comment back and forth. But also on the front end, as you saw, our photo feed was made up of companies. So there were brands and there were professional servicing firms like architectural firms and design firms that showcase their work. And that's how they show up in the feed. What we added this year is the ability for you as an emerging professional to also showcase your portfolio in a really professional way, through the emerging professional and student category on our site. So what happens, yeah, you could jump over and show them, Lindsay, if you want. So what will happen is if you go through our steps on this portfolio landing page that we just showed you and create your own portfolio of work on Mortarr under the emerging professional or student category, if you filter down on our site, if you're on the pro feed and you filter down to that category on our site, all of these student profiles will show up. This is just an example here on our sandbox environment, but you can see our past award winner last year, Elizabeth, showcasing a portfolio here. And what this does is it gets you in front of users of our site who are already out there. So like I said earlier, instead of you having to be responsible for creating your own site and pushing it out to potential companies that you'd like to work with and putting your work in front of them, hoping they'll see it. Now you can use this and you'd have a custom handle. So yours would be mortarr.com/ whatever your name was of your profile, where you can showcase up to 3 projects, and your profile would include all of the information that you want a prospective employer to review. And this not only allows you that opportunity to push it out in a really professional way and free, and you don't have to monkey around with, Wix or Squarespace or Behance. You also have the opportunity to get your profile in front of those who are already out on our site using it. So you look at all those companies showcasing, you look at the thousands of users coming into our site using it today, you can get your portfolio out there in front of them without having to push it out. So you have some inbound and some outbound efforts working for you in a really professional manner through this student profile. Mm-hmm. And if you want to flip to the project gallery tab to this.
Abby, we do, I'm sorry to interrupt, we do have a couple questions really quick as well.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So just regarding the scholarship portion, can you enter a team project?
Oh, sure. That's a great idea. Yes. What you'd want to do is you would want to invite any of those team members who collaborated with you and make sure that that's described within your design room. But excellent idea. Absolutely. Yep.
And then one other question as well. So can a December 2020 grad still enter, or is it only if you have semesters left?
Absolutely. December 2020 is fair game. Yep.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you. And that's all we have.
Wonderful. Yeah. And anyway, we're kind of running over on time. So I'll let you students navigate through here. Again, the link to this Showcase Your Portfolio information is right within the chat, and we'll be following up with email. But if you'd like to start this right away, you sure can. But we will provide more information in an upcoming webinar, probably mid-January. So stay tuned for that if you want more information. And as always, Lindsey, you're probably getting to this next, but as always, reach out to any of us here at Mortarr if you want more information offline. We're happy to help you in any way we can. The goal of Mortarr in the Classroom is really to equip these students with the technology that is being used today in the real working world, so that when you are going out looking for jobs and ready to kickstart your career, you have already been leveraging the tools and resources that are out there, and you will have just you'll be one step ahead, if not more, of others out there looking for and seeking the positions that you're also after. So
thank you for that, Abby. And then I put up this last slide, which just has information on how to reach out to both of us. So feel free, if you have questions later on that you didn't want to ask during or we didn't touch on, please feel free to reach out. We will be sending a follow-up email with all of the resources you'll need, the links to those different landing pages, and also a recording of this webinar. So make sure to take a look at that. And then also to follow us on social media. That, as everyone knows, that's the easiest way to share in the moment updates, especially as we're determining the judging panel. And, as the deadline's coming close, we'll be talking about that on social. So please make sure to follow us.
Yes. And there's some fun awards you can get just from some engagement on social media, some swag you can win from Mortarr. So pay attention to that. We all know as college students, prior college students, free sweatshirts, free swag, anything we can get our hands on is always.
I feel like I'm not even in college and I would take that now. So
amen, right? Yes.
Everyone, make sure, join us on social and keep your eyes out for some great updates coming down our way. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your week.
Yes. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye.